Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. The exhaustion of constant giving. Do you ever feel drained, like you're constantly pouring from an empty cup? It's a feeling many of us know all too well. We give and give, often without taking the time to replenish our own reserves. This relentless cycle of giving can leave us feeling utterly exhausted, both physically and emotionally. Many of us pride ourselves on being helpers, always there for everyone else. We derive a sense of purpose and fulfillment from being the go-to person, the one who can be relied upon in times of need. Whether it's helping a friend through a tough time, assisting a coworker with a project, or being there for our children, we are constantly in a state of giving. We answer every call, fulfill every request, and put everyone else's needs before our own. Our days are filled with tasks and responsibilities that revolve around others. We juggle multiple roles and wear many hats, often at the expense of our own well-being. The demands never seem to end, and we find ourselves running on empty. While admirable, this constant giving can be detrimental to our well-being. The stress and fatigue accumulate, and we start to feel the weight of our endless responsibilities. Our mental and physical health begins to suffer, and we may find ourselves feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. It's important to recognize the signs of exhaustion and take steps to address them. It's crucial to recognize that prioritizing ourselves is not selfish, it's essential. Self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity. Taking time for ourselves allows us to recharge and refuel, so we can continue to be there for others in a meaningful way. Whether it's through meditation, yoga, or a simple walk in nature, we need to find ways to nurture our own well-being. We must learn to protect our energy, that precious resource that fuels our passions and brings us joy. Engaging in activities that bring us happiness and fulfillment is essential for maintaining our overall health. Whether it's painting, journaling, or simply spending time in a peaceful environment, these moments of self-care are vital for our well-being. Just like a car can't run on empty, neither can we. Our bodies and minds need regular maintenance and care to function optimally. Ignoring our own needs can lead to burnout and a diminished capacity to help others. It's important to recognize when we're running low on energy and take steps to refuel. We need to refuel, recharge, and set boundaries to protect our physical and emotional health. Taking time to relax and unwind is crucial for maintaining our well-being. Whether it's enjoying a cup of tea, getting a massage, or simply stretching and relaxing, these moments of self-care help us recharge and regain our energy. Remember, taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Self-care is an essential part of maintaining our overall health and well-being. By taking time for ourselves, we can better manage stress and prevent burnout. Whether it's through a spa day, reading a book, or jogging in the morning, these activities help us stay balanced and energized. When we prioritize our well-being, we have more to give to the world in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. By taking care of ourselves, we can show up for others with a full heart and a clear mind. Our interactions become more meaningful, and we can contribute to the world in a way that feels fulfilling and rewarding. It's time to shift our focus inward and cultivate a healthy relationship with ourselves. Self-care is not just about physical well-being, but also about nurturing our mental and emotional health. By practicing self-care routines, meditating, and engaging in reflective activities like journaling, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our needs. Let's explore how to reclaim our energy and live more fulfilling lives. By prioritizing self-care and setting boundaries, we can create a life that is balanced and fulfilling. Let's take the time to nurture ourselves, so we can continue to give to others in a way that is sustainable and rewarding. Together, we can create a world where self-care is valued and prioritized, and where we can all thrive. Recognizing the burnout, constantly putting others first can lead to a state of emotional exhaustion known as burnout. You may feel physically and emotionally drained, lacking the motivation and energy to engage in your daily activities. Burnout can manifest as cynicism, irritability, and a decreased sense of accomplishment. Recognizing the signs of burnout is crucial. Are you experiencing persistent fatigue, difficulty sleeping, or increased anxiety? Do you find yourself withdrawing from loved ones or feeling increasingly negative? These could be indicators that you're overextending yourself. Ignoring these signs can lead to more serious consequences, impacting your mental and physical health. Remember, it's not selfish to acknowledge your limits and prioritize your well-being. Taking a step back to recharge is essential for long-term health and happiness. The erosion of self-worth. When we constantly prioritize others' needs above our own, a dangerous dynamic can emerge. This dynamic often starts subtly, with small sacrifices that seem insignificant at first. We might skip a meal to help a friend, or stay late at work to assist a colleague. Over time, these small sacrifices accumulate, and we find ourselves consistently putting others before us. This pattern can lead to us being taken for granted. People may start to expect our help without appreciating it, and our efforts go unnoticed. This lack of recognition can be deeply disheartening. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our worthiness is tied to our ability to please others. We might think that if we can just make everyone else happy, we will be valued and loved. But this belief is a fallacy. However, this can lead to a slow erosion of self-worth. When we constantly put others first, we start to lose sight of our own needs and desires. Our sense of self becomes blurred, and we may begin to feel invisible. We begin to question our own needs and desires, silencing our inner voice to accommodate everyone else. This self-silencing can create a deep sense of frustration and resentment. We might feel trapped, unable to express our true feelings or pursue our own goals. Resentment builds, creating a breeding ground for negativity and frustration. This negativity can spill over into our relationships, causing conflicts and misunderstandings. We might lash out at loved ones or withdraw from social interactions, further isolating ourselves. It's essential to remember that our value is inherent, not contingent on our ability to please others. Our worth is not determined by how much we do for others, but by who we are as individuals. We have intrinsic value simply by being ourselves. We deserve to be treated with respect and appreciation, and our needs are just as valid as anyone else's. It's important to surround ourselves with people who recognize and honor our worth, and who support us in our journey towards self-acceptance. Recognizing this is the first step towards setting healthy boundaries and reclaiming our sense of self. By setting boundaries, we can protect our well-being and ensure that our needs are met. This process requires courage and self-awareness, but it is essential for our mental and emotional health. As we learn to prioritize ourselves, we can build a more balanced and fulfilling life. Section 4. Boundaries, the guardians of your energy. Boundaries are like the protective walls of a garden, ensuring that the beauty within is preserved and nurtured. Think of boundaries as invisible fences that protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Just as a gardener carefully tends to their plants, you must tend to your own needs and limits. They are essential for healthy relationships and a fulfilling life. When you set boundaries, you create a space where mutual respect and understanding can flourish, allowing your connections with others to thrive. Setting boundaries means learning to say no to requests or situations that drain you, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are valuable resources that deserve to be protected. It's about recognizing that you have the right to prioritize your needs and make choices that align with your values. Taking time to reflect on what truly matters to you can help you establish boundaries that support your well-being. Boundaries are not selfish acts, they are acts of self-preservation. By setting boundaries, you are honoring yourself and ensuring that you have the energy to give to others without depleting your own reserves. They allow you to show up as your best self in all areas of your life. When you have clear boundaries, you can focus on your tasks with greater clarity and engage with your loved ones more fully. Setting boundaries takes courage and practice. It requires you to be honest with yourself and others about what you need and what you can handle. It's about communicating your limits clearly and respectfully, letting others know what you are and are not willing to tolerate. This open communication fosters healthier interactions and helps prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. Reflecting on your experiences and feelings can help you identify where boundaries are needed. Journaling or spending time in nature can provide the clarity you need to understand your limits. When you honor your boundaries, you create a life that feels balanced and fulfilling. You can pursue your passions and enjoy your time without feeling overwhelmed or overextended. Boundaries allow you to maintain your energy and well-being, enabling you to be present and engaged in your relationships and activities. They are the guardians of your energy, ensuring that you can live a life that is both meaningful and joyful. Section 5. The power of no. Learning to say no gracefully is a powerful act of self-care. It's a way to honor your limits and protect your energy. Many of us struggle with saying no out of fear of disappointing others or seeming selfish. However, remember that every yes to something we don't truly want is a no to ourselves, our priorities, and our well-being. Start by practicing saying no to smaller requests. You don't need to offer elaborate excuses. A simple "I'm sorry, I'm unable to commit to that right now" is sufficient. You'll be surprised by how empowering it feels to set limits and prioritize your own needs. Section 6. People-pleasing, a losing battle. People-pleasing might seem like a harmless habit, but it can be detrimental to our well-being. When we constantly seek validation from others, we lose sight of our own needs and desires. We become chameleons, changing our colors to fit in, never truly showing our authentic selves. This constant need for approval can leave us feeling empty, resentful, and disconnected from our true selves. It's essential to break free from the people-pleasing trap and embrace our authentic selves. Remember, you are worthy of love and acceptance for who you truly are, not for who you pretend to be. Let go of the need to please everyone and focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment. Section 7. The gift of self-care. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about prioritizing activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. This could be anything from taking a walk in nature, reading a good book, or spending quality time with loved ones. Self-care is about listening to your body and giving it what it needs to thrive. Make time for activities that bring you joy and peace, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's an act of self-love. When we take care of ourselves, we are better equipped to handle life's challenges and show up for those we care about. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for joining me today on this journey.